Hi, so this is a video for you for people who want to learn more about becoming Benin citizens. There was a new law passed in 2024, and now the site is up, and people who are descendants of Africans of West Africa who are in the diaspora can now become citizens of Benin. So yes, let's talk about that. Um, First, let me tell you a bit about myself. My name is Moji Yai, and I was born here in Benin. My parents and their parents were all born here in some part of Benin or West Africa. And I moved to the US when I was about 9 years old and grew up there. So I came back in 2019 and have been living here since. And what else? Yeah, I am a creative economy entrepreneur, which basically means that I find something that I see value in and I create a market for it. And I've been doing that for since basically 2019. And yeah, I created Wise African Woman Birth Education Retreats. That's my keystone offering, and it's retreats for Black women and birth workers and women in the health profession, midwives, nurses, doulas, even healers, herbalists, yeah, all that. They to come here and learn about the indigenous ways of doing things and also relax and learn about Benin and all kinds of things that we do while you're here. Yes, so that's me. Now about Benin. I am going to assume that you know a little bit about Benin since you are um, wanting to be a citizen, but I'm going to go over a few things to just in case you don't know anything about Benin. Maybe you're shopping around for a country to be a citizen of. So yeah, Benin is, you can say Benin, English speakers say Benin, French speakers say Benin. So both are correct. This is a map of Benin, and it is bordered on the east by Nigeria, on the west by Togo, and on the north by Niger and Burkina Faso. And yeah, so there's a lot of people from Nigeria, Togo, and Niger, everywhere here because the borders are there, but indigenous people still move around. We still move around. So the capital of Benin is Port Nouveau, and the former name for that place, for that city, is Hogbonu, and the Yoruba name for that city is Ajase. But yeah, Port Nouveau was the Portuguese name for that city because it's a port where things were goods were traded and brought in. So yes, but the business capital is actually Cotonou, and that is where the airport is. And what else? Yeah, so there are many languages spoken here, but in the south, which is where I am, and where most people move to because it's where a lot of the infrastructure and things are. In the south here is spoken Fon, Yoruba, and of course the government language, which is French. Um, Benin is unique in a way because it's the only African country that nationally recognizes its indigenous spirituality. So January 10th is the National Vodun Day, and it is actually a very good time to come visit. And there's a lot going on, and a lot of concerts, a lot of shows, a lot of uh, masquerades, a lot of things spiritual. A lot of people come here for that. It's like a spiritual tourism kind of thing. It's a good time to come visit to see this and have a lot of things to do. Um, this is the flag of Benin. It used to have a different flag years ago, years ago, decades ago. And also used to have a different name. It used to be Dahomey, which is the kingdom that a lot of that um, was the most powerful kingdom in this land at that time. Dahomey Kingdom is what the movie The Woman King was kind of loosely based on. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. So now let's get into citizenship. So there are two steps. We're going to talk about those two steps. We're going to talk about the process and the benefits. And then you can put your questions in the comments and I will try to get to them. So the two steps are, first is you get your provisional certificate. And then the second step is you get your permanent citizenship. So the provisional certificate is, like you said, it's provisional. It's not permanent. It doesn't grant you, you don't get a passport. There are certain restrictions to it, okay? So basically, you don't get a passport, you can't vote, you can't buy land outside of the city limits. And it's good for 3 years. After 3 years, if you don't request for permanent citizenship, you lose your provisional certificate. So basically, okay, so provisional certificate, during that, you have it for 3 years. During those 3 years, they want you to establish residency in Benin. Now, you don't have to buy land or anything. You can have a rental space. They just want you to establish residency, to know that you have a place to live here since you want to be a citizen. And so during those 3 years, if you do want to buy land, you can, but you can only buy land within the city limits. So here there are established cities, and then there are villages outside of those established cities. And so with the provisional certificate, you cannot buy land in villages. And so, like I said, it's good for 3 years. After 3 years, you submit a request for permanent citizenship. If you do not submit a request for permanent citizenship, you lose your provisional certificate and you cannot reapply. So when you get your provisional, before you get your provisional certificate, just make sure that you can establish residency, you're ready to establish residency, and you're ready to, um, yeah, to get requests for permanent citizenship after, okay? It's because you can only apply once. So to get the permanent citizenship, the benefits are that you can buy land anywhere, and then you are now a dual citizenship, so you have a passport, a Benin passport, and then your citizenship is transferred to your children. Those are the those are some of the benefits. You still cannot vote. You still cannot vote. In order to vote, you have to be here, I believe, for at least 10 years. But this video is not going to cover that aspect, that other step of it. This is just for just to get your permanent citizenship within those 3 years that this video covers. Okay, so you can get your permanent citizenship without provisional certificate, without those 3 years with a provisional certificate, if you were born before 1944. So if you are in the diaspora, if you're of African descent, and you were born before 1944, you can just go ahead on and get your citizenship right away. I'm going to put the link to the application in the video description. So yeah, so all that, everything you need also will be on that website, but it doesn't go through this detail about land and so on and so forth. So to get your provisional certificate, you must be 18 years old. If you're not 18, then that means your parents are applying on your behalf. Okay? You can apply online for you and your family. If you're 18, you apply for yourself and those and your family. And and then you said after you apply, you put in the documents that you need are all on the website, but I'll tell you already, you only need one proof of ancestry, right? You just need one. So it can be genealogy, it can be any kind of official documents, DNA testing, there's a lot of that going on. And the DNA test doesn't have to say Benin, that your ancestry is from Benin. It can be from anywhere in West Africa, right? You just have to be from West Africa. And so yes, so any proof of that, just one proof is all you need. And then you need your birth certificate, ID from your the country that you are in right now, background check, and passport photos for official use. So all those things are listed also on the website, and you can upload them onto the website with your application. After you apply, the application costs 55,000 CFA, which is about $100 per person. So that means if you're a family of 4, it will be $400, including the adults and the children. Okay. So yeah, you upload your documents online. And it's an automatic acceptance if all your paperwork is correct. There's no denying. As long as your paperwork is correct, you will be accepted. And what else did I want to say? Yes, you do have to, once you apply, you will have to, you will at some point have to make a meeting. You get an appointment with the Minister of Justice here. So basically, they need to see your face. So, but you can apply everything online, but at some point within those 3 years, there will be a physical meeting, and you can make that appointment also on the website, and basically that's it. So yeah, before you apply, remember you have it for 3 years. You cannot reapply if you don't do all the things you need to do, which is establish citizenship, um, uh, have an appointment, um, establish residency is what I meant, and make an appointment. If you can't do those things within the 3 years, it's best to wait, because if you don't do those things between the 3 years, you don't get to reapply. So after 3 years, you turn in your request for permanent citizenship, and that's just free. They just as long as you have an established residency and you've done the meeting, then it's an automatic. You get it. So yeah, that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will try to get to those at ASAP. I'll also put my email address on there. And yeah, okay. Uh, that is all the information that I have for you. Yeah, let me know what you think. If are you going to be a citizen of Benin? Why do you want to be a citizen of Benin? What's attracting you to Benin? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, peace.